on, everybody? Welcome to 648, The Breakdown, sponsored by Gemini. Go to Gemini.com/David G to look at the credit cards that Gemini has to offer. Bitcoin, XRP, and the Solana credit cards issued by WebBank. Go check it out. 4% back on your purchases, up to 4% on your purchases. Go to Gemini.com/David G for more. Also, click my link, the link with my beautiful face on it. Click it, trade $1,000 in crypto after signing up to Gemini, first-time signees. Trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. Terms apply. Terms apply, bitches. What's up? What's going on? Good afternoon, or good morning to some, good afternoon to everybody on the East Coast. Good night to others. You're tuned into The Breakdown. David, what happened? David, why weren't you on yesterday? Oh my God, David, where are you? Well, David was shadow banned, and David was having his account worked on. So I was like, fuck it. And also I had errands and I had conference calls and I had a bunch of shit to go ahead and do. So you know what? I took the day off. The fucking gonna come on here with my account shadow banned. That don't fucking make sense. Shout out to my haters fucking just reporting me. And it's not even, I can't even blame crypto. This is all the fucking liberals out there, man. They don't like my takes. You guys are insane, by the way. You need to get a job. Y'all need to get a job. Okay? And you can watch me at the same time, but get a job. Sitting out here reporting me. Goddamn liberals, man. You don't agree with me. I like Trump, you don't. Okay. I like Trump and you don't. Okay. We have a disagreement. But we could be, we can act like adults in the room here. We can act like, so check this out right now. Shout out to TikTok, by the way. TikTok is getting my account. Spoke to people in TikTok, the TikTok team. Obviously, on TikTok, I post, and this is X, formerly known as Twitter as well. So my main fucking social media platforms right now, right? TikTok, you got a bunch of liberals reporting me. Wild. Absolutely wild. And then you have Twitter. Crazy. Wild. The only thing I wish I could see is the amount of people that are talking on TikTok on Restream. Restream, do me a favor, man. Have my comment section allow TikTokers to participate in the conversation. Please. Please help me. Help me here. Anyway, welcome to The Breakdown, episode 648. Let's run down the news real quick. Here are the top stories for today. Okay, now, I'm happy. I'm feeling a lot more energized today. Let's see, because they fixed it. Okay, I contacted them and they fixed it. I'm talking about Twitter. Twitter fixed whatever needed to be fixed, or X, whatever you want to call it. I'm saying Twitter, okay? I can't say X. I'm sorry, Elon. I can't say X. Because seriously, like every single time I say X, people think that I'm talking about drugs. I gotta say Twitter. I gotta say Twitter. Here's the top news. Here's the top news for today, January 14, 2026. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is ripping. Bitcoin rips above 95K to 97K as the rally extends for a second straight day. I know a lot of people are like, holy shit. Waiting, especially today, because everybody was waiting for this, for the Supreme Court to go ahead and make their ruling on tariffs. So I think people had it in their minds, hey, but I'm going to short the market because they think, or most believe, and most prediction markets believe that ultimately the Supreme Court is going to rule against Trump's tariffs. And I don't know, for some reason, I can't see it happening. If it does, it's going to be crazy. I mean, America's doing so fucking good with these tariffs in place. Yes, short-term pain, but long-term gains. It's kind of like going to the gym. You don't see it in the short term, but long term, you see stuff happen. You do see stuff happening. I can't believe he is the president of the United States of America. There's nothing illegal about tariffs. Nothing. Anyway, we'll get into that. But I know a lot of people were shorting the market. Don't lie. A lot of you motherfuckers are out there shorting the market. And you got destroyed. Good. Happy. I hate shorts. You must have both, though. You must have longs and you must have shorts. Bottom line. For a healthy economy, an ecosystem, and a market, you have to have both. Okay. I hate shorts because that, to me, that's like listen, play both ways. You can make money both ways, but at the end of the day, I hate shorts. Anyway, so that's that. Shorts got completely obliterated. Reports show roughly 600 million in bearish bets wiped out, and spot Bitcoin ETFs saw a major inflow spike, 754 million into 12 US listed spot Bitcoin ETFs. Let's fucking go. Let's go. I like that. See, I get excited because there's way too much positive shit going on in crypto. There's way too much positive shit going on in the crypto ecosystem. They're working on the Clarity Act. There's a bunch of things that are being worked out on the state levels. I forgot which state. I'll look it up right now. But one state is presenting a bill to not tax Bitcoin on small purchases. These are if this was happening last cycle or the previous cycle, holy shit, Bitcoin would have been like at $1 million. I'm telling you, this shit would have been at $1 million. It's crazy. And I've been telling you this. Y'all can replay these shows while every fucking body and their grandmother and their uncle and aunt were out here saying it is over, okay, for your cycle, this, that, and the third, okay, educating you on, I don't know what data they were fucking looking at, but it's not the data that I was out here in these streets. And I was yelling, for your cycle is done. We are in a different environment. We have institutional players that you guys wanted, not me, but you guys wanted institutions here. Well, they're coming in, and they haven't even put all their money in. They haven't even put all their money into the goddamn markets. And the only thing that has been running this entire time has been Bitcoin, and that has been mostly based on institutions getting their asses in and getting their clients, high net worth clients in. This is not retail. And when I say retail, this ain't the normie coming in thinking that they're going to make $1 million in 3 or 4 days. No, 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 no. These aren't that client. Retail's been sidelined, and I told you retail hasn't been here. And then you see these things, people saying, oh my God, the crypto ecosystem got destroyed because of Trump's meme token and Melania and Libra. Motherfucker, it was the same people that were here. Nobody new came here. It was the people that were left over that made a little money on some meme tokens and not really altcoins, unless you want to talk about last cycle. So you have the same people who haven't taken a shower for fucking years, okay? Haven't wiped their ass in years. Still here, and they decided to participate in that shit, and they got destroyed. You didn't have no people here. Or no new people here. This wasn't that last year, 2025, was an institutional run only. And then you had a period of time where long-term Bitcoin holders were pulling out profit, which, you know what? They fucking deserved it. They fucking deserve to pull out profits. Bitcoiners who have been holding for 7-8 years, they deserve to pull out profits. Good. They pulled out. After holding for so long, they pulled out. Good for them. Nothing else happened. Nothing really happened. And I feel like I'm being repetitive, but what? 7-8 altcoins? 7-8 altcoins went ahead and broke all-time highs, but not by much? No, we haven't done shit. Nothing happened. No new money came into the markets. 2025, you would have been better off going into gold and silver and copper and precious metals. Speaking of crypto, the biggest driver, optimism around US crypto regulations, Senate movement plus a market structure push is fueling confidence, okay? As of today, confidence is building up. Last time I was doing the breakdown, we had Coinbase saying that they're willing to pull out and withdraw from the Clarity Act. Things are changing a bit now. So we'll see what happens here. Ethereum plus XRP moving with the entire market. So it's a broad rally, not just one coin move. That's a big thing. Because last year, going back to last year and whatever that shit was, the pregame, you only saw one token move or one coin move or one protocol move. And everybody else is watching. No. Ethereum and XRP are moving together. Things are moving together. That's how you know. We are close. I told you Q1 2026. I don't hype. I'm not like these motherfuckers on TikTok. I ain't a hype man. I am not a hype man. And I ain't selling ebooks. At least not yet. If the market gets really bad, then I'll start selling ebooks. Okay? If it really gets bad for me, and I'm on the verge of filing for bankruptcy, then I'm gonna come out with my ebook. So easy to get everybody triggered. It's so easy to get everybody triggered. You know, some people don't like me because I'm ridiculously good looking. Some people don't like me because I give ridiculously good takes and they wish they were the ones doing it. There's a lot of reasons why people don't like me. But then 6 months later, you're in my DMs and you're like, man. And this is always, I swear to God, this is always the conversation. And this is how the conversation starts. Hey, man, I really didn't like you at first. I thought you were really arrogant. But man, after listening to you for a few weeks and a few months, I come to learn that you're real and you're genuine. Yeah, bitch. And then you had this Gestapo motherfucker on X. Don't let me get started on the head of product. Is he the head of product? Who literally tried to destroy crypto Twitter. Absolutely 100%. I've been saying this for the entire time, man. First of all, thankfully, you can't stop me. I've been here for way too long, doing this for way too long, so I got other channels. But at the end of the day, I know exactly what you were doing, and we'll get to that. Nick, I know what you were doing out here in these streets. I know exactly what you were doing. Advisor at Solana says it all, man. You are propping up Solana influencers, and that's it. You were shutting down anybody else, and you guys were picking and choosing who you're going to go ahead and prop up. It is so visible in 4K right now for anybody to fucking look at the situation and assess it and say, you know what? DG is fucking right. I'm telling you. I'm not, you know what? I'm not arrogant. I'm confident, which gets mistaken for arrogance. I'm not arrogant. I'm confident. I study. I read a lot. And these are my takes. Hey, like, you don't have to agree with them. You don't have to agree with anything that I say. This is how I feel. And then I bring on guests and we have conversations. Some will agree to disagree with me, but I'll sit back after the show, I'll replay it, and I'll think, hey, you know what? That person had a point. And yeah, I'm from New York. We got a different attitude, man. We absolutely have a different attitude. 100%. But I am old school New York. Let me first of all, let me get that straightened out here. I'm old school New York. I'm not this new shit out here, this socialism bullshit that you have out here in New York City or in some places in New York. I'm not that. I'm old school New York. Okay? Here's my takeaway on everything that I just discussed. This isn't a cute little fucking bounce, okay? If you guys think this is just like a little cute little bounce, it's not. This is positioning. This is liquidity and regulations and the narratives all lining up together. Seriously, I'm old school New York. I'm not with the pronouns. I'm talking about I'm old school New York. We're not into the pronouns. Okay? There's only two that I acknowledge, just like the President of the United States of America. And that doesn't mean you're a bigot. That just means you have common sense and you went to school and you actually learned that there's only two. That's all. That's all it is. Blame the educational system then. Don't blame me for having my views. Blame the educational system. That's it. You won't ever catch me sending an email with he, him, okay? I ain't doing that shit. And if you send me an email with her, them, and all these things, I'm not even answering. I will not answer that shit. You will get left on red forever. What is they them? I don't even understand that. Y'all can fill me in one day, man. I don't even understand any of that stuff. I don't understand. Anyway, moving into the financial markets, one move today. Wall Street slid. So I want you to listen closely, right? Because it used to be the opposite. At least last year. Wall Street slid, banks and tech got hit hard. Sucks for me because I'm in all markets. S&P down 1% at the time of this. NASDAQ down 1.5%. Okay, hopefully it moves upwards. But we have crypto up. We have stock market down. That's a good thing, Lisa. Like it's a good indication here. You should be excited. Like, look, man, I want the stock market to go up every single day, but you got to look at it and say, holy shit, hold on. The crypto ecosystem didn't go down with the stock market. That's a good thing. Bond yields fall, risk off behavior, while gold pushed up again. So gold and silver and copper and precious metals, the old people are just saying, fuck all this. They're like, fuck Bitcoin, fuck everything. I'm going straight all into gold and silver. That's it. We're going straight into gold and silver and all precious metals. You know, we can sit back a little bit. We can sit back a little bit and kind of talk about, like, hold up. Last year Peter Schiff was right for once. Like, for just 1 year, though. Peter Schiff was right. And when Peter Schiff comes back on the show, I'm going to have to hear him tell me how right he was. And he's going to talk about how gold has hit all-time highs and how silver is breaking all-time highs. Crazy, man. You guys were going into shit coins. You should have been going into gold and fucking silver. Should have been going into gold and silver, man. When I have Michael Saylor back on, we're gonna touch on AI. Obviously, I'm sure we'll touch on AI again, and also Bitcoin. I watched the interview, by the way, before I move forward with the rest of the stuff that I have here. You know, I watched the interview that the last interview that Saylor did. What the fuck was that? Like, and I'm not just saying that. What was that? It almost felt like an attack on Saylor. And here you have Michael Saylor, who's out here consistently. Whether you like Michael Saylor or not is not the question. But you can say that Michael Saylor is putting everything on the line to see his company succeed. And also, he has real belief in Bitcoin. His eyes are open to Bitcoin. And here you have a Bitcoiner just like, what is that? This is why Bitcoiners at times eat themselves. Seriously, Bitcoin maxis really eat themselves apart. And then you wonder why no new people want to come in. You wonder why no new people want to come in. You really do. You wonder why doesn't anybody else want to buy? Because of stuff like that. Welcome to the Breakdown, episode 648. I'm happy to be on today, man. I am excited to be on today. I am excited, absolutely thrilled to finally be on. What else? Let's go. Let's go back to the news. Let's go back to the news. Oil rose on supply fears tied to unrest protests in Iran. Now you already know what's coming. First of all, you know there are plenty of videos coming out of Iran from citizens stating that we are really not seeing the horrific images and the horrific acts that are happening in Iran. I have no doubt that Trump is going to send the military to Iran. They've told people to get the hell out of Iran. You have other countries telling their citizens to get the hell out of Iran. It's happening. I know, and I feel it in my gut. Trump is going there. Trump is going there, and he's going to help liberate the people of Iran. And you know what? Honestly, I hate wars, and I want the focus to be on us. I really want the focus to be on America. I really do, because when we liberate people, at the end of the day, months later, people don't appreciate us and our army and our military that go out there to do that job, and they start chanting, "Go home, USA." But the people of Iran, after so many decades of being under that, under control of that, they deserve it. They just fucking deserve it, man. Go ahead, take them out. Take them out. Take them out. And everybody's going to say, oh, but this is Israel pushing the United States of America. Do you know that, what's funny? I'll touch more about the subject throughout the show. You know what's funny? When people say that Israel has influence on the United States of America, the same thing is being said over in Israel, that Israelis feel that the United States of America has influence over the Israeli government. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy when you actually get to listen to the other side. So Israel wants to get the United States out of their politics, and then you have the United States of America and their citizens that want Israel out of their politics. It's funny. And most people are just not educated on this topic. You guys are educated by TikTok University or wherever else, Rumble, whatever podcasts and channels you tune into. It's funny that is really the discussions on both sides. It's like Israelis want the United States out of their politics, and the United States of America and their citizen, at least the American citizen wants, or right now, which has been loud right now, they want Israel out of their politics. So I'm watching it like a tennis court judge, watching this shit go back and forth. Back and forth. Okay. This one wants this one, that one. And by the way, for all the countries in NATO, do you know the United States of America spends 68% of the defense budget in NATO? It's from the United States of America. Who the fuck are you guys attacking? Shut your mouths. If we want Greenland, we're going to take Greenland. Think we're going to have China and Russia sitting right next to us? They're already, when Biden was president, guess what? We had Russian submarines 200 miles away from the coast of Florida. You think Trump is going to allow that shit to happen? That shit could have played well with Biden, but that shit is not happening with the Trump administration. crazy. Welcome to the breakdown. Sponsored by Gemini. Hold on one second. I was like, why is the studio guy heating it, bro? I don't need heat. Not when I'm in the suit. No heat needed. I don't need no goddamn heat. Give me 1 second to turn. It's like, why am I dying? Why am I dying? Man, that's crazy. By the way, if you love President Trump, and this goes out to TikTokers, by the way, we broadcast on TikTok now. So if you guys can't see the channel on X, go to TikTok. There's plenty of conversation. I encourage people to go to TikTok now because there's plenty of conversations to be had. My TikTok account is mostly political, but we got the crypto bros in there, and slowly they're going there because it's just easier to go ahead and have a conversation without Nick, okay, head of product development for X, shadow banning people. That's right. Mr. Shadow Ban himself. I'm going to get onto that topic, and I don't give a shit what happens to my account afterwards. After spending so much money on this platform, thousands of dollars on Twitter. I've spent thousands of dollars on Twitter paying for all your products. From your verified organizations to your blue check marks. I've advertised what you got. That's what I get in return. You can't have the head of product development, respectfully, cannot be an advisor to Solana. Because he's obviously biased. He's not going to like Ethereum. He's not going to like Bitcoin. He's not going to like XRP. He's not going to like a bunch of shit. He's obviously going to try to make Solana better, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, man, if you're a Solana diehard, that's great news for you. And they're going to prop up every Solana, bro. But we've been here. A lot of us have been here. The real ones have been here for a very long time, and we deserve respect. Because we were here. We were fucking here. We made crypto Twitter, by the way. That's number one. We've been here for a very long time. Without us, there is no town square for crypto. Despite the drop, the market still expects rate cuts in 2026, possibly starting around June. So possibly rate cuts coming in June. Possibly. That's too late. What the fuck are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? Jerome Powell is purposely trying to hurt the Trump administration, but at the same token, him going after Trump is hurting the American people, and it's hurting the world. It really is. Why do we need our independence from the Fed? We really do. End the Fed. End the fucking Fed. We don't need the Fed. That's why Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin. It's time to end the Fed. It really is. It really is, man. So here's the takeaway. Stocks are fragile, but crypto's acting like it has its own engine right now, and that's true. It's on its own. It's in its own lane right now, crypto. It's not moving with the stock market, at least for now. And that's a positive sign. That means that my theory about Q1 2026 and Just 2026 is going to be a phenomenal year. "2026 is going to be a phenomenal year. I have no doubts about it. Phenomenal year. Once some of this regulation gets passed and done with, the amount of, like, I had Anthony Scaramucci on. I've had so many people from the industry on, okay, from the stock world, from the TriFi world on here, and they have said the same thing. All they're waiting for is regulation. The money's there. The money's on the sidelines. JP Morgan, who I despise, is ready. Vanguard, ready. All these institutes, ready. They're ready. And if you think they have no say with the Fed, you are absolutely a fucking idiot. Because you have done nothing during your time in crypto to study the markets. And that's why you're broke. Let's go into politics real quick. Trump says anything less than the U.S. controlling Greenland is unacceptable, creating major geopolitical noise ahead of a high-level meetings with the Danish Greenland officials. And as we started this show, breaking news, Trump is willing to offer money to buy Greenland. Some people say it's projected to be somewhere in the $700 billion area. $700 billion for Greenland. I take it all day long. We spend money on, I don't know, we've been giving out money to people in Minnesota for daycare centers. You know what? We can go ahead and spend some money and acquire a piece of land that'll give us a serious return within like 2 to 3 years. And we need it for AI, and we need it for a lot of things, man. Precious metals and minerals, all this shit. Possibly, I'm sure it has oil, the same amount of oil that America has. So double that up. And obviously for defense, we need it for defense. The only area of defense is some little fucking island by fucking England. That's it. We got some island by England that would not allow us to see shit. Wouldn't allow us to see the Chinese or the Russians attacking us with submarines if they came. Only if they came. It's crazy, man. It is absolutely. I can't believe none of you motherfuckers actually study this, man. We really need. We got Alaska, right? We got Alaska. So we're covered on that side, right, of the fence. But we need to. We're covered on the left side. We need to cover the right side. Or we're covered on the right, but we need to cover the left. We need all angles covered here, ladies and gentlemen. We do. And nobody's doing anything in Greenland. Why is everybody so upset? Oh my God, they're going to take over Greenland. Nobody's doing shit there. Nobody. They're not helping the people out there. They're not helping anybody. You guys are getting all upset. Oh my God, the United States of America is going to... Yeah, and maybe we'll make it better. Maybe we'll do better shit out there. Maybe we'll just do better shit out there. Welcome to the Breakdown, episode 648, sponsored by Gemini. That's right, sponsored by Gemini. Let's keep going. The Supreme Court, and I stated this earlier, the Supreme Court did not issue a ruling yet on Trump's tariffs, meaning uncertainty stays alive. And by the way, there's these prediction markets. Where are they getting? Who's participating in this shit? I gotta know who Who's participating? You know these got to be bots of some shit participating in this bullshit. It gotta be. It fucking gotta be. Absolutely gotta be. Bengal Tiger says, we have a great Navy, not gonna lie. You know what? Bengal Tiger, the UK's Navy, well, I can't say, I was about to say they can kiss my ass, but I respect any person who serves in the military, regardless of country. Which obviously, as long as they're in line with us, I give them massive respect. I mean, UK has been a friend, but UK has lost their minds. The UK has lost their goddamn minds. You guys are arresting people for talking on the internet. People are getting arrested for saying doo-doo or shit on the internet. The people can't talk on the internet. And now you got European powers that want to ban X. They want to go ahead and ban X. It's crazy. And that's why freedom of speech is very important. That is why freedom of speech is very, very important. You have UE countries that are looking to ban X, the platform, because of Elon allowing people to have freedom of speech. And you know what's funny? Here's Twitter, which, Elon bought $44 billion, bought it to allow or give a platform, a town hall for people to speak from both sides of the fence. Some people say it's more control. I don't know. You make up your own decision, but guess what? When he bought Twitter and he allowed everybody to come back, that was a good thing. I want to have conversations with people that I don't agree with. I hate cancel culture. I think cancel culture is the worst. Cancel culture was created by every single Democrat. Every single person that sends you an email that has he, him in it, they, them, those are the ones that have canceled or try to cancel people. Okay? I'm not out here trying to cancel anybody. By the way, I want to say this before I move on. Donald Trump, he was walking around at the Ford factory yesterday, and some guy working the assembly line, he screamed out, pedophile protector. I think that's what he said. So Trump said, fuck you twice to him. Fuck you. And then he pointed the middle finger at him. He showed him the bird. Now, this is where I stand on that. Number one, you want to say that kind of shit to Trump? You say it outside your workplace. Because when you're working, here's where the Democrats get it all wrong. When you're working for somebody, when you're working for a company like Ford or Apple or Google, whatever it is, the company itself does not want to hear your political views, especially when the president of the United States of America is walking around the office. You can save that for the protesting. Okay, you can go out and protest that. Freedom of speech has not been taken away. So people are crying out, oh my God, they suspended the guy. And you guys talk about freedom of speech and everything, but yet here you are suspending a guy who went ahead and used his First Amendment right. No, there's a place and time he can use his First Amendment right, and that's not at corporate. You don't do that in corporate. You don't do that at your job. You go outside and you do that. You protest that. You want to go ahead and... That's the thing. You guys think that Trump's a dictator. You guys have been protesting for the last year. You've been protesting ever since he got into office. He hasn't arrested anybody for it. So go ahead, go protest. Just don't say it. Don't say it when Farley's walking around there with the president of the United States of America showing off his factory. And you're out there on the assembly line with a good job, getting paid really well, screaming that kind of shit. So yeah, I absolutely do not agree with that. I don't agree. Don't do it at the workplace. That's it. Freedom of speech exists. But you know, the Democrats run with the, oh my God, he was silenced. The liberals are like, oh my God, he was silenced. He wasn't silenced. He's an idiot. That's what he is. He's an idiot. He picked the wrong time. Anybody. That's the crazy part. Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green Party, Purple Party, Yellow Party. I think if you take off the blinders and you put away your dislike for Trump, you can say, you know what? Yeah, that's the wrong place to go ahead and make a statement. The right place, especially if you work there, the right place is outside. Okay? Go, I don't know, go to City Hall and protest. Don't come into work and protest out. I don't know. Do something. Welcome to the Breakdown, episode 648. It is 12:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's right. It is that time on the East Coast. Let's keep on going. Trump also floated a 25% import tax on countries trading with Iran. That's an inflation headline if it gains traction. So Iran, 25%. You do business with Iran, 25% import tax immediately imposed. I'm telling you, Trump does not lie when he says he loves the word tariffs. He really loves the word tariff. Yo, listen, honestly, short-term pain, and I said that as soon as, when Trump was campaigning on tariffs, I had no problem with it. And you know, anybody who went to school, who studied economics, knows tariffs, short-term, bad, right? They hurt. Long-term, really good. Brings back jobs. Brings back manufacturing to the United States of America. We lost that. We lost the manufacturing part. We gave that shit away to other countries and they became, profitable. China and India and whoever you want to fucking name, we gave away business, cheaper labor. Okay? And what happens? We gave away cheaper labor. We killed the private sector. And we created government jobs. I mean, we ballooned government jobs, like ballooned. Out of control spending on government jobs. Whereas Trump now, you will see long term, we will have more private sector jobs, which is good. You'll get paid more. You get paid more in private than in government. So that's good. We have people that are investing in the United States of America. We have factories that are coming back, or companies that are coming back with their factories here to do business here. That's good. But yeah, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Egg prices are down. Milk's down. Gas prices are down. Mortgage rates are down. Interest rates, they're down. Even though he's working with Powell. You imagine if Powell was on our side? Imagine if Powell, and when I say our side, I mean for the American people. Imagine if he was on our side. That'd be great. Trump wants the 10% cap on credit cards for a year. That's perfect. Guess who doesn't like it? The banks. The banks don't like it. JP Morgan came out and said, we don't like this. It's going to be terrible for the consumer. It's already terrible for the consumer. What are we talking about? It's almost like 90% of the country is in debt. In credit cards, paying 30%. So you're saying it's going to be bad for the consumer? The consumer doesn't even know that they're paying. If they took out, let's say the consumer. Let's talk about the consumer. The person who took out a loan, a credit card for $10,000, a $10,000 limit at 30%, they're paying out the ass. They're paying out the ass. They are literally paying out the ass. And you're saying that it won't benefit the consumer? It doesn't benefit the consumer now. What are you talking about? Benefits who? It benefits the banks. The ridiculous rates benefit the banks. And if only people realized that all the money in the banks, your money that are in your money that you put into banks, if only people realized that the banks give you a measly fucking, what is it? 0.3% on your savings while they make like 11% trading and you get no commission from it. The banks are making stupid money. That's why Bitcoin. That's why crypto. That's why crypto is so important. Because these people, these bankers, the elite, they don't want you to be rich. They want you to be in debt. They want you to be paying the 30%. They don't like DeFi. They don't like DeFi. Decentralized finance? Oh my God. You think the banks are fucking jumping up and down? No, they're trying to figure out a way to control that shit. Because they know DeFi is going to eat them up. Banks don't want DeFi to succeed at all. They don't want people earning money on their money. Some people are getting 11% back, 7% back on their crypto assets. You think the banks want, you think the banks are looking at this, oh my God. Welcome to the breakdown. Episode 648, sponsored by Gemini. Go to Gemini.com/David G to look up and see the credit cards that Gemini has to offer. Go ahead and look into that. Look into that. Go ahead. Dabble in that. Okay. I think Twitter's on my side today. My staff's told me that the numbers are great. And as they should be. Shout out to everybody tuning in from TikTok, switching over to Twitter to read things on Twitter and vice versa. I appreciate you, motherfuckers. I appreciate you. Hold on one second. I haven't even changed this thing. Hold on. I haven't even changed this. The disrespect. The disrespect. Hold on. I'm being disrespectful right now. Hold on. Oh, man. Hey, when I don't put caps, man. Okay. Okay, I can see TikTok. Okay, so I can see TikTok through my phone. This sucks because so now the only way I'm gonna be able to see what anybody has to say on TikTok is by looking down. Am I going to have the same problem when we integrate Facebook next week and Instagram? Am I going to have to look at my phone in order to see what the comments or what the people are saying within the comments? I haven't got my Jew card back. My Jew card is still pending. I think the ADL though is going to put me on their website. They're going to make a page about me. I'll be the first. I'm going to be the first Jew that will be labeled alt-right. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that is what's going to happen. Anyway, let's continue to go. All right, so let me break this down again. Let's break this down again. Liquidations in crypto, major liquidations, okay? Shorts got smoked. We already talked about that. Reports show Bitcoin liquidations at $292.7 million. Ethereum liquidations at $221.4 million. Solana liquidations, $33 million during the move up. That's a lot. People got smoked. The shorts got smoked. Shorts got smoked. Holy shit. Bitcoin liquidations, almost $300 million. Ethereum, almost $225 million. And Solana, $33 million during the move. Wow. Somebody's filing bankruptcy soon. Somebody playing around with leverage, longs, and woo. Somebody playing around with somebody went deep. 100%. I'm telling you, the reason why you had so many shorts was because of the tariff situation, the ruling that's coming from the Supreme Court. Oh, they got smoked. Ooh, they got smoked. Smoked. That boy got smoked. That boy got smoked. That boy got smoked on an open fire. Smoked. I can't say it enough. All right. Regulation. Let's talk about regulation real quick. The U.S. Senate Crypto Market Structure Bill is moving, aiming to clearly define whether tokens fall under securities versus commodities, a massive clarity catalyst for the whole space. So, again, U.S. Senate Crypto Market Structure Bill is moving. We already have the SEC that came out and stated, what they view as a security and what they view as a commodity and what they view as nothing. And when I say nothing, which is, I know for a lot of people, the topic of meme tokens. The topic of meme tokens. Memes. Memes. And the SEC said, we're not interested. The CFTC, we're not interested. Memes really don't get respect from anybody. Memes really. I really like me. I like memes and the meme economy because life is a meme, and memes are really relatable. Is every meme gonna win? No, 90% go to zero. But the game, so don't start crying when you get in. I've lost on them also, so don't start fucking crying. Oh my god. And a lot of you guys are straight up bitches. Can I tell you why you're straight up bitches? I'll explain why you're bitches. Because you guys don't say anything when you win in crypto. Not a goddamn word do you say in the crypto ecosystem. You don't say a goddamn word. Zero. You don't say anything. But when you lose, you blame everybody. You blame the influencers, you blame the KOLs, you blame your grandmother if you could. But at the end of the day, who's pressing this buy button? Is the influencer, is the KOL taking your hand and putting that little finger of yours, that nasty little finger of yours on that buy button? No. You're putting your nasty little finger, your hands that you haven't washed for goddamn decades. You're putting your nasty ass finger on that nasty ass keyboard and you're executing that goddamn trade. So you're at fault. I have never blamed anybody for my losses. Never. This is the markets, man. When the market, this is the markets. You are participating in the markets. And then you blame everybody. When you finally catch a winner, you're blaming everybody for not taking profit. I don't get it. Like, the influencers are at fault for everything. The KOLs are at fault for everything. You get into a winner, it's going up, you refuse to take profit, and you round trip. And it's the influencer's fault. It's not your fault, it's the influencer. Can I tell you how I approach influencers? Whatever the influencers say, I take it and, like, for instance, if I see influencers talking about a certain token, right? If I see them talking about a certain crypto, I look at it and I'm like, okay, these influencers, they're known for like staying in tokens for like 3 minutes. So I could go in here for a minute, make like a few dollars, and then get out. That's how I kind of look at influencers. They really do give me a good, but not, I'm gonna like, on what to fucking judge shit on. Literally, when I see influencers talking about a certain asset, I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Good indicator for me on whether or not I should go into something or not. Literally, like, I'm watching, I watch people, I'm like, oh, okay. Look at TikTok. 95% of TikTok, is just hype. 5% are really breaking shit down and they really are trying. They have, they have good intentions. The rest, they're just hype men. They're just trying to get you into something that they got into earlier. And that's okay. That's fine, but that's your fault if you get in. You can't fault people for trying to sell you MLMs, okay? If somebody tries to get you into ACN, right? You guys remember ACN? Your friend would call you up and say, yo, bro, I can lower your telephone bill and your electric. Just sign up here. You can't fault them for putting it out there. You can't. It's you. Ultimately, it's you. It's you. It's you. The blame falls on you. Nobody else. The blame will not fall on anybody else except yourself. That's why I keep saying I've never blamed anybody. Have I been upset? Yeah, but I'm competitive, so I'm upset for different. When I get upset, which is hardly, but when I get upset or ticked off, it is only because, like, I'm upset at myself. That's it. I'm competitive. When I feel like I'm stepping onto the court. I'm playing a game here. I want to win every single time I go in. That's the only reason I get upset. When a lot of you guys, when you hear me yell, that's just passion. That is not. I'm not angry. I'm not angry at anybody. I'm just passionate about this ecosystem. And I'm passionate about whatever I talk about. I'm passionate about politics. By the way, I gotta ask you guys, I'm in a fucked up situation right now. I'm gonna tell you why I'm in a fucked up situation. I get more engagement on my political views than on my crypto views. Now, I understand why I get more engagement on my political views versus crypto. Here's why. Because crypto right now, retail's not here. Retail right now is more worried about being loud on the political side and also worrying about how to pay down their debts. So it's a fucked up situation. So I am stuck where my political takes give me more engagement than my crypto takes, which is wild. It's wild. Now I see in the TikTok chat, well, there's only a few of us here that are retail. If you want to consider a few of us retail, yeah, but that's it. Retail hasn't come back. Retail has not come back. They don't have money to come back. Retail doesn't have money. They're waiting for their tax returns, which Trump and the administration has promised to be or to have the biggest returns of all time. In the history of the United States of America, you will see the largest returns for American citizens. So there you go. You got tax returns. You have Trump going back and forth with his chess game of the $2,000 tariff check. And I guess he's playing this game now because the Supreme Court, if they decide to rule against tariffs, which would be crazy that would be crazy. Then Trump has a way out. And I can call it for what it is. I love Trump, but I can call it for what it is. This dude's gonna talk about jail stool. I'm a can I just say something to idiots like this? Idiots like this that don't deserve oxygen and don't deserve to have social media accounts. Like, you know what? From one aspect, I kind of sit back and I'm like, you know what? Maybe what the UK is doing is not that bad because some people don't deserve to be on social media. Some people don't deserve to talk on social media. So I kind of might be siding with the UK here a little bit. Some people don't deserve to have an account. I'm a market participant. Besides being an analyst and a journalist in the crypto industry, I am an analyst. I am a journalist. I'm a market participant just like you are. I love the jail stool thing that comes up. Motherfucker, it's Dave Portnoy that you need to go ahead and speak to. Call customer service and ask for Dave Portnoy. Because you know what? I'm holding jail stool just like you. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, he'll wake up one day and bump his head on the ceiling and say, you know what? I'll talk about jail stool again. I tried. I spoke to Dave one-on-one. If you've seen our conversation on Twitter, I told him, focus on one fucking token, bro. Jail stool, send that shit. You got so many people backing this shit. Go ahead and stand behind it. What did he do the next day? This dude started talking about he had information on Libra, and then he started talking about I'm coming out with greed 1, greed 2, greed. I can't stop this man. I don't even know this man like that. That's why I keep saying, man, we all go into things that we lose on. But like, honestly, 2026, if you're not taking profit, you're an idiot. If you're not out here taking profit, you're an idiot. You know what? I love the we're gonna make it crowd. I love the whole we're gonna make it conversations. I love it. I love the fact we can say we're gonna make it. Okay? We're all gonna make it. Diamond hands. I'm going to say it right now. Anybody who tells you to have diamond hands and anybody who tells you we're gonna all make it, that person's dumping on your forehead. That person is dropping like it's hot on your fucking forehead. If you have friends that tell you to hold, dropping it on your forehead. They go, drop it like it's hot on your forehead. I'm telling you, man. More people should listen to me, man. If more people listen to me, man, oh my goodness gracious Lord. If more people listen to me. A lot of people already listen to me, but if more people listen to me, it'd be great. Be absolutely great. It'd be phenomenal. More people listen to me. Phenomenal. Hold on one second. Everybody's like, what is he doing? I'm just answering something. Eric just looks just like this. White America. Okay, welcome to the breakdown. White America. Look how many hugs I get. See, the problem is. Hold on one more second. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You guys are looking at me like, what is he doing? Okay. Let me read the latest out here. I'm trying to catch up on news. So let's see. There's another angle happening here. That's why I've been silent. I'm sorry. The Senate is trying to draft a bill framing XRP, Solana, and Dogecoin more like Bitcoin. Regulatory relief is making the rounds and pushing sentiment. So, like, the Senate is trying to put XRP, Solana, Dogecoin in the same category as Bitcoin for regulatory relief. And that's making the rounds. And that's also pushing sentiment. So, there you go. Like, this is what I do. Like, this is what I do. This is what I do, man. I hunt. I hunt for information, man. I hunt for information. I straight up hunt. and I don't stop. Oh my God, I'm getting so many. Man, my DMs are blowing up right now. My DMs are going crazy right now, man. My DMs are nuts right now. That's crazy, man. What am I looking at here? God damn it, man. We'll be right back after this commercial break. This show is sponsored by Gemini. That sounded so crazy. This show is sponsored by Gemini, episode 648, sponsored by Gemini. The breakdown. Go to Gemini.com/David G for more on the lineup of credit cards that Gemini has to offer. We'll be back in 60. Welcome back to the breakdown. Welcome back to the breakdown. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay. I wanted to ask this of the TikTok crowd, and hopefully you guys can help me out here. Who should I bring onto the show? Because I have slots available for next month. Actually, no, I have slots of. I don't know if I have slots. Ooh, but I might have slots available for March. Maybe might be able to squeeze something in February. Maybe. Who would you love to see? Like, I don't know the TikTok influencers. Okay, who would you love to see on this program? Who would you really love to see on this program? We had Wendy O on, and I can. Well, I don't know. I consider Wendy O from. I feel like she's from the TikTok. Excuse me, from the Twitter side of things. But I get it. A lot of people are moved over to different. I said this a long time ago. If you replay my podcast, I said while Twitter still had Jack Dorsey as the CEO, I said if you are not building out your platform, you're crazy. Okay? You need to be building out your platform, and you need to be doing it immediately. You literally need to do it immediately. And now I see a lot of people have shifted. Look, I've gone all in on TikTok also. Why? Because people are visual. A lot of people right now, a lot of my viewers can't read. A lot of my viewers can't read. It's just the truth. A lot of my viewers don't know math. 1 + 1 = 3 to them, not to me. I'm just saying. But visually, people are visual, and they rather watch something that is broken down within 3 to 5 minutes. So it's either you're going to be on YouTube or you're going to be on TikTok. Maybe Instagram. You know what? Once we get Instagram going and Facebook, specifically Instagram, I'm thinking I'm coming on in a Speedo. As soon as we get Instagram on here, I'm thinking I'm going to show up in the Speedo and talk politics. But I want a list of people. I want a list of people you think I should bring onto the show and have a conversation with on the breakdown. Because we haven't had that one-on-one. Maybe, just maybe, I might do a random live stream on TikTok today. I don't know. Actually, I can't. I'm really busy today. I got a podcast that I'm doing. Okay. I got a meeting, got a conference call, so I'm a little bit booked up. Maybe tomorrow I do one. You know, TikTok tries to troll me. The people on TikTok, they try to troll me, right? But they don't understand that I come from the streets of Twitter. There is no, let me put it to you this way. There is no place like Twitter. There is no place as toxic as Twitter. There is nothing, and I mean there is nothing you can say to me on TikTok that'll get me upset like the people on Twitter. I'm talking about The battles on Twitter are nuts and crazy. So you thinking that you can jump me? Look how fucked up. I'm gonna tell you. Let me explain something real quick before I get back to the news and I get back to crypto. I'm gonna explain to you how fucked up the situation is. I'm going to explain how fucked up this situation is. I'm going to explain to you how fucked up the situation is for you when you troll me. Number one, you can't call me ugly. Right? Let's all agree. No social media platform that I am currently on, streaming on right now, you can't call me ugly. So you can't say nothing about me. In terms of looks, could you say, okay, this guy, I'm 5'10". Could you say he could be taller? You can go ahead and battle about my height all day long. That's all you'll have. Because apparently 5'10" is no longer the standard. Okay? So being 5'10" and this good looking, what are you going to really say? What are you going to say? Nothing. Then, energy. There ain't no person out here that brings energy like me within this ecosystem. What are you going to say? He's not passionate enough? Oh, he's not passionate enough. Is that what you're going to say? You can't say that. I got 13 plus years in this industry. What are you going to say? He doesn't know anything about crypto? Is that what you're going to say? He doesn't know anything about crypto? That's fine. I'll go crying and I'll be wiping where's my wallet? Where's my goddamn wallet? Be wiping my tears with Benjamins. There's nothing you can say. You can't even troll me. Your trolls sound, they're weak. That's why I'm built for this. I've been through boot camp. Anyway, welcome to the breakdown, episode 648. I do appreciate everybody who tunes in. I love you guys. I really do appreciate you. It is Wednesday. You know what? I said this before. Last show. Shout out to Anthony Scaramucci. He came on at 1:30. It was supposed to be 1:15. He came on 1:30. It's okay. The mooch is the mooch. Mooch does mooch things. He was busy, but he came on. But I said if he didn't show up, it would have been the fourth person who did not come to. No, technically it would have been the third person. It's just the same person didn't show up twice, and then they try to come on my show, and I didn't answer that fucking email. And never, never, ever will you get onto my goddamn show. I got Sailor coming on here. I got a bunch. Elon's coming on this year. I got mad people coming on here. And you, how dare you? You, nobody even knows you. I'm not going to even say your name. Nobody even knows you. And I was giving you an opportunity to come on here. I was giving you an opportunity to come on here and you didn't. So today, the fourth person ever in my 9.5 years of podcasting did not show up. 1:15 was the scheduled appointment. There was supposed to be somebody on. And we were going to go ahead and dive into the situation here in the United States of America with Israel. What's happening there? I was going to sit back and I had a few questions. And what happens? Doesn't show up. And I always air out people that don't show up because I would expect to be aired out if I didn't show up. So that's fine. We're going to have to go back to the 3-4 guest special because you bring on 3 to 4 guests per day. If 2 cancel, you still got 2. We got to go ahead and do this, okay? Staff, moving forward, 2 to 3 guests per day. Okay, not 1, but 2 to 3 guests per day. I told you that's the winning formula, to have 3 to 4 guests every single day, makes the show go by faster. I think people are nervous to come onto my show. Anyway, let's go back to this. The Fed situation is getting louder. Chicago Fed president publicly defended Powell and warned attacks on the Fed independence could threaten inflation control. Shut your mouths. Okay? Shut your mouth. You guys have been talking about inflation. Tariffs can bring inflation. Guess what? Inflation is down. Every single data point is down. It's positive. And yet you guys are still holding rates high. We don't want a third party controlling America's money. Get the fuck out. Wall Street leadership is openly signaling the same risk. Jamie Dimon warned undermining Fed independence could backfire into higher interest and higher inflation. Ladies and gentlemen, your interest is already high. Even though Trump has brought down the interest rates, it's already high. It's high. Interest rates are high. They should be lower because we have the data that supports we need lower interest rates. And inflation, why do you keep on using the word inflation? Inflation is low. It is much lower. This is the way the banking system is trying to scare the regular person who is not into crypto, not into markets, not educated, okay? And it's not because they didn't want to be educated on finance. It's because the Department of Education is dog shit. And I'm glad they're getting rid of the Department of Education because it's absolute dog shit. It doesn't teach, it teaches you enough so you can be a really good worker and work for somebody. And the somebody is the elites of the world, okay? That's all it teaches you. And it puts you into fucking debt. And when you come out of school, you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. Look how so many people have graduated, okay? They've picked majors, great majors, can't find a fucking job, but they got $200,000 worth of debt. And now they gotta go work. They gotta go work an entry-level job that they didn't go to school for. So fuck the Department of Education, get rid of them as soon as possible. You want to talk about inflation? You're talking about your boys. That's why we need to get rid of the Fed. Jamie Dimon. Who's this guy? Jamie Dimon, who has been saying that crypto is dog shit and Bitcoin is dog shit, and now he's talking about how great it is? Are we talking about this is the man we're talking about? Moving forward, Trump says anything less, again, I have to go through this again because it's updated. Anything less than U.S. control of Greenland is unacceptable. That's it. And he's looking to buy it. There are sources that are saying $700 billion. That's the starting point right now. $700 billion for Greenland. We need to get Greenland. We really do. Trump already talked about 25% import tax on any countries that are doing business with Iran. On the Fed probe, Trump dismissed concerns that the DOJ's Powell investigation threatens Fed independence, while Wall Street says the opposite. Fuck Wall Street. What has Wall Street done for you? Nothing. So bottom line, Bitcoin is running while politics and macro pressure are rising. And that's not random. The markets are choosing Bitcoin as a trade along with gold and silver. in a world where institutions are getting their confidence tested. I said crypto will be fine. Crypto will be absolutely fine. I wouldn't worry about crypto at all. Zero worries about crypto. None whatsoever. Not even worried. Not worried about crypto. Not worried about crypto. You know, you should worry. You should be worried. You know, it's crazy. Listening, I listen to a lot of people. I watch people talk, and they say that, you know, I can't wait to get my gains and convert it to fiat. Motherfucker, the purpose of crypto is to escape fiat. It's not to go back to fiat, it's to escape it. Why would you want to go back into something that is absolutely worthless? I don't understand why people are rushing back or want to rush back into the dollar. Listen, if you got to make payments on your mortgage, on your rent, on your car, on your insurance, you got to, I get that. Okay. Some of them don't support crypto. So you got to go ahead and take out from your crypto, or maybe you can borrow against it. I don't know. You got to take money out and you got to pay for bills. It's understandable until we come to a point where crypto is accepted and it's not taxed when you use it. I get the situation, but why would you want to convert into fiat? I don't understand that. Why are you trying to convert? Why are you trying to convert into fiat? That's mind-boggling. Why? You're supposed to be running away. Not staying, but running away. Running away. Hold on, I want to see something. Seems like cellular phone carriers are down right now. Breaking news. There's a Verizon has an outage. It's being reported by thousands of people. The Verizon network down for tens of thousands of users in the US. So if you're with Verizon and its affiliates, your ass does not have the ability to call anybody right now. There's a lot of people that got the SOS on their asses. That's right. I'm breaking news, see? Nobody looked at their phones. I'll read. Oh, hold on. I forgot about the TikTok chat. My bad. Shout out to TikTok. Yo, TikTokers, where the hell are my fucking hearts? Why are you not double tapping? Double tap right now. Double tap, double tap. I want to see some major double tapping in TikTok. On the TikTok side, you better be showing me some love right now. Show me some love. Double tap your asses off. I saw that they have a double tap special mechanism being sold on the TikTok shop. All these people got their stats inflated. All these people got their stats inflated. Every single person got their stats inflated. Yo, seriously, who uses that shit though? Does anybody use that shit or no? Yo, start tapping. I want to see some. I don't want your gifts. You guys send me gifts. I don't want gifts. Your gift, yo, honestly, these. Oh, Jay Heat got a tapper. Shout out to Jay Heat. He got a tapper. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I don't want no gifts. Because those gifts at the end of the stream, I look at these gifts, it's like $4. I don't want $4. What the fuck is this? The $4 in gifts. $4 in gifts. Like you get these gifts, you think that you're getting like a diamond and you get a gold nugget and stuff. You're like, oh shit, like after the show, maybe I just made like 3 or 4 G's. Nope, you just made $3.64. Anybody who quit their day job trying to maximize their brand on Elon's monetization system and TikToks, you're screwed. I better start selling on the TikTok shop. I'm gonna start selling on the TikTok shop. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm selling on the TikTok shop. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sell on the TikTok shop. That's right. That is what I'm doing, man. I am selling on the TikTok shop. I am selling there, man. I am selling. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is 1:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh my goodness, hold on. 2 hours ago, the United States needs Greenland for the purpose of national security. If we don't, Russia or China will, and that is not going to happen. The President of the United States of America. The White House just tweeted, which way, Greenland, man? And it is a picture. It is a meme. This is getting crazy. If I had a bet, we will have Greenland by the end of this month. I think they are going to negotiate a deal. I think this is what's best for Greenland. They negotiate a deal, take $700 billion, okay? The Danish, you need to take that $700 billion. That's more than the GDP. Take that money. Run. You're not using Greenland. I still have XRP. I don't know. People are asking me in the chats. I still have XRP. So there you go. I still have XRP. If anybody wanted to ask, yes, I have XRP. It's just that I'm not delusional. I'm not delusional when you people say that XRP is going to fucking $50,000 within a span of 5 days. I'm not that type of crackhead. Okay, I'm not delusional. By the way, I would make so much money selling hair products, beard oil, like giving you advice on how to not have a receding hairline. Probably a workout video. I think a workout video, 100%. How to be a man. 20 episodes of how to be. Oh my, what? Anyway. Which water to drink? Yo, everybody's taking peptides, man. Everybody's taking peptides. Creatine is cool now. I love the creatine industry. They have rebranded creatine to, hey, it's good for your mental health. Love to see it. Love to see it. And that's the only thing that Germany does well is produce really good creatine. That's it. And Germany, and I love how the EU is Hey, we're coming. We're coming to the rescue of Greenland. Bro, what are you talking about? What are you guys talking about? Who are you rescuing? You're going to. We are NATO. The United States of America is NATO. We pay for everything. Who are you saving? Crazy work. Crazy work. Anyway, the breakdown, episode 648, 1:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a really good guest tomorrow coming on. I'm not gonna say the name. I can't jinx it. Maybe, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe I'm just going to the graphics department. If you are watching right now, let's start making posters. Let's start making materials of who's coming on. Fuck it. It is what it is. I'm tired of being superstitious about it. There's nothing to hide. Let's go ahead and give the people a warning so they can go ahead and tune in and watch. Brings in more viewers, obviously. Like, for instance, a half an hour before the show started, and I'm talking about like when I had Michael Saylor on. I'm just giving an example. I put out the poster a half an hour before, where I could have done it a week before. So fuck the superstition. We're gonna go ahead and bring everybody, and then we still did really good numbers. But I'm gonna bring everybody on here way before then. I'm gonna put out the poster so you guys know. Maybe I'll have Brad Garlinghouse on, David Schwartz. You never know. A lot of people lined up. You just never know. Now, I'm going back to it. And look, I'm being transparent. I'm going to just go back to it. 3 to 4 people a day. We're going to interview 3 to 4 people, people that you guys know or might not know, but we'll have 3 to 4 people on a day because that works for me. That is what works for me. I can't be here on that 1 per day guest. I'm not going to do that anymore. We're going to have 3 to 4 guests, and that's it. That's what we're going to do. We'll get CZ on. We'll get a lot of people on. But who says CZ is not coming on? Again, it depends on what month we're talking about. Like I said, I'm 2.5, 3 months booked out. That's it. That's it. The guy B said I ain't bringing on none of those people, and this man has not watched the breakdown in the last 8 weeks. That's the sad part. This man has not watched the show. He has not followed me. And that's okay. I will turn you, I guess you can tune in. It was just like the guy who said, it was funny when the last show when Anthony Scaramucci came on, they were like, oh, Anthony Scaramucci's not coming on. I talked about UK Crypto Queen. I talked about that. When I seen that latest interview of Michael Saylor, like here's Michael Saylor. The guy is a busy person. He's busy. He's working. He's advocating for Bitcoin. He is Mr. Bitcoin. For all intents and purposes, that's the guy now that's steam heading like the revolution for Bitcoin. And somebody's going to take this out of context, but there's a face to Bitcoin right now, and that's Michael Saylor. It really is. It's Michael Saylor. And you don't have to agree with that either. You don't have to agree with that position, but I'm telling you the truth. Like it is Michael Saylor. That is who right now people look to, and they're synonymous, and he's synonymous with Bitcoin, and people look to him. So when he takes time out of his busy schedule to sit down with you to do an interview, you don't go ahead and dog him. That's been the problem with Bitcoin. That's been the problem with Bitcoin and the Bitcoin maxis, that they eat each other alive. Why? For what reason? What is the reason to go ahead and disrespect Saylor? Or get him agitated? First of all, I agree with asking hard questions or difficult questions, but not stupid questions. Like there are hard questions questions or conversations where a person needs to, like, you get the person to think and engage with. But then there's stupid I got you. That's why I try to run the show differently. That's why when guests come on, like I try to have conversations. I always try to have a conversation. That's why all my guests continue to ask when they can come back and when we can have a one-on-one. Because I'm not out here to get you in a I got you moment. So yeah, like he had every right, 100%, he had every right to be irritated. I would have been irritated. And I know hosting shows, it's difficult because you want to get an audience. And how do you get an audience? You rage bait, right? A lot of people rage bait and they're looking for those moments that they can clip up and they can put it out there so they can get 15 minutes, right? That's stupid. Your 15 minutes, that's short term, not long term. You're not going to have a guest that wants to come back after you're trying to go ahead and belittle them or disrespect them. You can have a conversation. You know what I hate though? A lot of people want to hear themselves fucking talk. I get it. If you're hosting a show, you're talking. You're talking the entire time. You're talking on subjects, whether it's crypto or political. It is what it is. You're having a conversation with the audience. And from this standpoint, with me, my audience can't talk back to me in real time. I got to read comments. Okay. But you're having a conversation with an audience and you're putting your own opinion out there and you're breaking down news and you're trying to have conversations. Good dialogue. Long term, it's great. People want that. I tune into conversations, but I hate the I got you moments. I hate the I got you moments. That does nothing. I'm telling you, you'll never have a guest back on your show with your I got you. I got you. See, I got you moment. You'll never have one back on. Never. You know, when you bring on a guest, and this is another thing for people who want to run a fucking podcast, people who want to run a show, a live stream, because everybody now is trying to run and God bless you. You're trying to run a live stream. Hopefully you can look the part, dress up. No, you don't have to wear a suit, but goddamn, dress up, look clean, take a shower, do laundry, okay? Do some laundry or get some new clothes. Like do something to look respectable. We are the new voice of finance. Like we are the new media in general. Look the part. Don't look like you just came out of a laundry bag. Like that's bad. When you interview people, here's a secret. When you interview people, they don't want to hear you. Okay? They do not want to hear you. Look at my last interview with Anthony Scaramucci. Just look. I asked a question. I sat back and I listened because I know that the audience, for the most part, they want to hear him. They don't want to hear me. And that's fine. You don't have to interject every fucking second. I watch these shows like even Piers Morgan. Listen, you got to respect somebody who's been on the airwaves for a very long time. But at times he jumps in like, hey, no, let the person speak. Let them get everything out and then jump in. There are people that shut people up while they're talking. That's the crazy part. You jump in while people are talking. Meanwhile, your whole audience and people that don't usually join your show, they come in and they're hoping that they can listen to one of their favorite personalities. Anyway, thank you for joining the breakdown. Let's go to the quote of the day. The quote of the day. We'll go to the quote of the day. Go ahead and look this up. Let's look up the quote of the day. Quote of the day. Are you ready? Here, it's long, but it's long, but it's good. In order to grow, a part of you must die, and you know exactly which part. It's the habits you keep defending, the excuses you keep protecting, the version of you that feels familiar but keeps you stuck. Growth doesn't come from adding more comfort. It comes from having the courage to let go of what no longer serves you. That death is uncomfortable because it feels like loss. You're losing old identities, old coping mechanisms, old ways of thinking that once kept you safe. But safety isn't the same as fulfillment. Holding on to who you were will cost you who you're meant to become. The moment you stop negotiating with that outdated version of yourself is the moment you see real transformation begin. Fuck, stop DMing me. Not everybody's willing to pay that price, but if you are, what comes next is clarity, strength, and a life that finally matches your potential. This one is also good. Maybe you don't realize how well you're doing because you keep raising the bar. This happens to a lot of people. Every time you reach what once felt impossible, you move the standard again. I can testify, honestly, like this is me. Because once you reach your goal, like you move it up again. So it does, I'll read this again. Maybe you don't realize how well you're doing because you keep raising the bar. Every time you reach what once felt impossible, you move the standard again. What used to be a dream becomes your baseline. What used to scare you becomes normal. That's growth. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you're not stagnant. You're evolving. You're just no longer impressed by what you've already conquered. Don't confuse higher standards with failure. Don't mistake discipline for dissatisfaction. You're not behind. You're refining who you are and what you're tolerating. Sometimes progress doesn't feel like celebration. It feels like quiet confidence, sharper expectations, and refusal to settle. That's not pressure. That's proof you're becoming more than who you were. Yo, listen, I gave you two things. Anyway, I want to thank everybody who joined in from LinkedIn, from Twitter, from TikTok, from YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, and Instagram. Shout out to the people that are tuning in from Instagram and Facebook and using whether it's Twitter or TikTok to go ahead and see me, or YouTube. We will have Facebook and Instagram running. Stay tuned. We will have it running. I promise you. I don't know what the conflict is here with Restream, but we will have it up and running. I keep on saying next week, but I hope it's next week. Shout outs to everybody that participates. Right now, Twitter got to step its game up because TikTok is eating your lunch. Eating your lunch. Eating your lunch. I'll be doing a podcast later today. It is apparently recorded now, I've been told. So it's not live. Podcast recorded. We'll be on with a heavy hitter. I have a lot of podcasts that I've accepted to go on. Last year I didn't. This year I said I am going to conferences. I will accept podcasts. I will accept media invitations to go ahead and talk about the crypto ecosystem and also politics. So catch me on that. And I got a bunch of conference calls and meetings to go ahead and attend. But I appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate you guys. I definitely appreciate the TikTok crowd. The TikTok crowd, I think slowly we're growing with each other. I feel like this is like where it's like the ending of Rocky 4, where like Rocky is standing in the ring and the Russians are cheering him on. At first, they were booing him. I think, yeah, that's the TikTok story. It's like Rocky 4 when Rocky goes to Russia to fight Drago, and everybody's rooting for Drago. They're rooting for Rocky's downfall, for him to get destroyed. The Russians are cheering. And all of a sudden, like the fifth, sixth round, they're cheering for Rocky. And I think that's what's happening on TikTok right now. I think they're cheering for, they're like, DG, DG. The crowd's going crazy. They're cheering for me because they know. They're like, that boy's special. Anyway, episode 648, sponsored by Gemini. Go to Gemini.com/David G to find out more about the credit cards that Gemini has to offer. Shout out to the moderators on TikTok. Shout out to Tech CEO who moderates the chats on TikTok. And I think Russell does as well. So those two, shout out to them for helping out. Shout out to all the real content creators on TikTok. I'm gonna bring you on. We're gonna have a little session. We'll have the State of the Union of crypto on TikTok. We'll bring that together. Man. But I appreciate everybody, the haters who've turned into fans and the haters who will turn into fans. I appreciate everybody who just tunes in. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Hope you don't report me so I can come back tomorrow and I don't have to be shadow banned on Twitter. Okay? Twitter is where I grew up, man. That's where I grew up. Don't shadow ban me again. On that note, I'm out. And this show was brought to you by Gemini, episode 648. Tune in tomorrow, episode 649, The Breakdown. We will have Charles Hoskins on, the man who co-founded Ethereum, the man who founded Cardano, and also his new project, Midnight. We will talk about all these things tomorrow on episode 649, The Breakdown. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm out.